This documentary may contain footage of strays in distress or injury. Please watch with discretion.
妈妈会找，只是把窝生在那了。会找是把窝。没事，没事，别把它杀死。 이거 가까야.